Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, English with Digvijay. I'm Alex.
And I'm Erica. We're so excited to have you with us today.
That's right. Today's topic is super exciting because we're going to talk about how to learn English 10 times faster.
If you're looking to improve your English and have some fun while doing it, you're in the right place.
So stick around because we've got some amazing strategies to share that can speed up your learning process, and trust us, you don't want to miss out.
Exactly. Whether you're a beginner or just trying to level up your English skills, this episode is packed with tips and techniques that will help you learn quicker and more effectively. Let's dive right in.
All right, buckle up, language enthusiasts, because today we're diving headfirst into a guide that promises to turbocharge your English learning. 10x faster, they say. And the best part is, it's all about ditching the dull grammar drills and embracing strategies that actually work.
What struck me about this guide is that it isn't some pie-in-the-sky theory. It's grounded in, the science of how our brains actually learn languages. It all starts with this idea of full immersion, surrounding yourself with the language.
Right, kind of like how kids pick up their first language just by being constantly exposed.
Exactly, constant exposure. What happens is your brain, it becomes this incredible pattern recognizing machine. It starts to pick up on the rhythms of English, the way words are strung together, the subtle nuances that give it meaning.
So it's not just about, say, having English radio on in the background. It's about actively listening for those patterns, like how certain words tend to go together or how tone of voice can completely change the meaning of a sentence.
You've got it. Think of it like learning, maybe a new song. At first, it's just a bunch of sounds, right? But as you listen again and again, you begin to anticipate the melody, the rhythm, even individual notes. Language learning, it's similar in a way. The more you expose yourself, the more those patterns start to click.
Okay, I'm starting to see the method here. But this guide goes beyond just passive listening, right? There's this technique they talk about, shadowing, I think it was.
Oh, shadowing, yes. It might sound a little strange at first, but it's incredibly effective. Basically, you find a piece of English audio, like a podcast or an audiobook, anything with a transcript, and you try to speak along with the speaker in real time.
Whoa, so you're talking about simultaneously listening and repeating, trying to match their pronunciation and everything.
Exactly. Start small, maybe with short, simple sentences, and then gradually work your way up to more complex stuff. The beauty of shadowing is that it's like a workout for your ears and your mouth at the same time.
It's like you're training your brain to process and produce English in sync. I like it.
Precisely. And speaking of actively engaging with the language, this guide also delves into the world of language learning apps and even AI tools like ChatGPT.
Whoa, AI for learning English. Now that sounds futuristic.
It is pretty cutting edge, but it's all about using it strategically. Think of ChatGPT as this on-demand conversation partner. You can use it to practice writing specific types of sentences, get instant feedback on your grammar, you name it.
Wow, it's like having a grammar guru in your pocket at all times. And this guide, it really seems to embrace the idea of, personalizing the learning experience. Although I have to admit, one of the suggestions did make me chuckle a little. It was the part about talking to yourself.
Yes, I know. It might sound a little strange, maybe even a tad crazy, but trust me, it works. Speaking out loud, even if it's just to yourself, it activates different parts of the brain than just reading or listening silently. It helps you get comfortable with the flow of the language,
That actually makes a lot of sense. It's like you're taking those internal monologues we all have in our heads and giving them a voice, but in English. So instead of just reading that news article in my head, maybe I should try reading out loud, like I'm narrating it or something.
Absolutely. And to take it a step further, the guide emphasizes the importance of context. Don't just memorize lists of vocabulary words in isolation. Immerse yourself in real-world content that interests you. Stories, articles, podcasts, anything.
That's a good point. I mean, think about it. We can all remember lines from our favorite movies or songs because they evoke some kind of emotion. They're tied to an experience. Our brains are wired for narrative, for connecting with things on a deeper level.
Precisely. And that's really the key takeaway from this guide. It's not just about learning a set of techniques. It's about finding what clicks for you, what sparks your curiosity, and makes learning English enjoyable, not a chore.
So ditch those boring textbooks, at least for now, and dive into those captivating stories, fire up those language learning apps, and hey, maybe even have a chat with ChatGPT. And remember, the secret ingredient to this whole 10x speed learning, consistency. Find what works for you and stick with it. You'll be amazed at how quickly you progress.